Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about exactly what has been going on with Ronald Araujo, and then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about the players that Barcelona are currently eyeing, which is going to be revolving around Endrick and also Moukoko. So one of the reasons on why I want to bring in this topic first when it comes to Ronald Araujo, it is because he is a very important player for us, and at the moment, there is going to be some sort of short-term impact because of his absence. So this is the most mandatory thing that we have to discuss. But before we go into any of this, I do want to speak about our sponsor for today, and that is going to be the OneFootball app. If you want to find out where I do find my information when it comes to the latest player updates or team updates, if you want to also find out what are some certain team stats or player stats, and just follow your favorite player or team, you could do that within the OneFootball app. If you do want to download the OneFootball app, you can so by scanning the QR code that you do see here on the screen, and there's also going to be a link down below that'll take you straight to the app store. You can download the OneFootball app, set exactly who and what you do want to follow, and then you'll be set and done from there. It's a very easy process. I hope you guys do enjoy it. But now let's go back into this video and let's talk about Ronald Araujo. So a decision has been made, and that is this: Ronald Araujo is going to be going for surgery, and it does say here, according to Helena Condis, Araujo made the decision to go for surgery as he wants to come back fully fit without any risk of any sort of relapse. And so because he is going to be taking this surgery, he is going to be out for about 2.5 months, which basically means that he is going to be fully recovered by the time we do hit December, right? Not October, not November, but December. And by that time, Barcelona is going to be done with the first half of their season because we are going to be in the middle of the World Cup. So it is very sad news for both the player and also for FC Barcelona, because two things are going to be going on. Barcelona are not going to be seeing Ronald Araujo at all until January 2023. Like, we just saw the last few moments of Araujo within this year wearing the Barcelona shirt, and now we're going to have to wait until next year. And then point number two, he's going to be missing the World Cup. He's going to be missing that chance to represent his own country in that big tournament. And if you really think about it, what this player has done when he made this decision is that he chose Barcelona over Uruguay. He has really done that because he could have easily said, no, I'm not going for surgery. I'll just go for like some sort of treatment in order for me to like not feel this pain in the short term because I want to show up for Uruguay in that World Cup and maybe even win the World Cup. But no, he did not do that. He did not act in that way. He made the mature decision and said, I want to have longevity in this game, even if that means that I can't represent my country within the World Cup. And so for him to make a decision like this, my respect for him has fully grown because he did exactly what Samuel Umtiti did not do 4 years ago. Now, it's very unfortunate that we're not going to have him until 2023, but we need to have more long-term thinking. I think that when Ronald Araujo does return, which will be in January 2023, we will be in a good position in the Champions League and La Liga, and then he can give us a lot through those tournaments. And also because we want this player to be with us for like forever, like for the next 9 to 10 years at FC Barcelona, and be fully fit and not encounter a relapse and potentially even harm his whole career. So Barcelona has also stated, and it is official, that Araujo will undergo surgery on Wednesday for the adductor longus tendon within his right thigh. So let's hope for the best, and let's hope that this player actually returns sooner than expected, because if you look at his record, usually they say that he's going to be out for like X amount of time, but then he ends up coming way earlier than expected. And so we could see something like that throughout these next 2 months. Let's wait and see. So now moving on towards the next topic of today, and now let's talk about Endrick and also Moukoko, because there's a big reason on why we're talking about these two players. That is because Barcelona are eyeing these two players, so in the future they can have one of these two players to replace Lewandowski. Again, like we're talking about 2 or 3 years from today, and these two players, they are candidates, and Barcelona do have to make a decision. And this is very important, my friends. Like right now, there is no signs of a replacement within this squad. Like we don't have a player that can just replace Lewandowski right now in case he ever gets injured. And when we talk about Lewandowski leaving in about 2 or 3 years, we don't really have an answer for that. So let's start with Moukoko, because it does say here, according to sources within Germany, many top clubs are interested in Moukoko. A loan isn't on the table. The player will either stay and renew at Dortmund or leave for free in 2023. There has been talks about a renewal, but all possibilities are very open. His market value at the moment is around 15 million euros. Now, this is a very interesting case because we know that this is a player that has top talent. I remember back in his youth career when he was playing in like the juvenile something or like the under 16s, under 17s, under 20s, he scored like around 112 goals throughout that time. And Dortmund were like, okay, let's like move this player out from the youth teams and let's bring him to the first team because he's clearly just too good. And that's why he was introduced to the first team of Borussia Dortmund. Now, the reason why he has experienced like setbacks ever since he did join the first team, even though right now we're starting to see some momentum, that is because previously he was getting very little minutes, had a very little impact, and that is because Erling Haaland was at that team throughout those moments. But now that he is not there, now that he is at Manchester City, Moukoko has been gaining some momentum as of late. Now, if in this season he scores about 15 goals, knowing that he's like 17 years old, 15 to 20 goals for Dortmund, whether it's in the Champions League or in the league that they are playing in, I think that should give Barcelona the green light and go for this player for free. Like, that is not bad. Scoring 15 to 20 goals as a 17-year-old striker, you can really build on top of that type of player. Now, again, it's a very interesting case because if we can get this player for free, if he does not renew with Dortmund, then why does Barcelona even have to choose? Why not bring both? Now, if he does renew, then most likely we're probably going to be seeing his market value go up around 25 to 30 million euros if he does end up doing well with Dortmund and scores that 15 goals or 20 goals during this season. And so we're going to have to wait and see. And so the other option, it is going to be Endrick. And this is not the first time we are talking about this player because we know that Endrick is a talented player. Many within Brazil have been saying that this is the best talent we have had since Neymar Jr. And I honestly believe that. Like, being 16 years old, bossing those games like we have been seeing, like all of those highlights, he has been playing in games that contained 20 to 21-year-old players, and he has been bossing those games by scoring goals, outbodying the opposition. And it does say here, according to sources within Brazil, that Barcelona has met Endrick's team to convey their interest in the youngster. Barcelona believes he's a player with a lot of potential. Barcelona's plan is to talk with Palmeiras in the summer. Endrick, in any case, would arrive in Europe in 2024. So if you were to ask me, who would you much rather prefer, even though we might potentially have both players if Barcelona really wanted to do that? It would be Endrick. Endrick would be that player that I would prefer over Moukoko because he is powerful on the ball, even without the ball. He's a great dribbler and he has a great powerful shot with the ball. Like, in a way, if you look at this player like every weekend, he really does resemble Ronaldo Nazario because of just how powerful he overall is. He is also a player that has shown that he likes to respond in very critical moments. Like a few days ago, Endrick scored the match winner for his team in the final in Brazil against Corinthians. And that is a huge deal because you can see that he invites pressure because he knows that that is where he is going to be shining the most. And Barcelona do need those type of players. Now, Barcelona are going to be finding it very difficult. They are going to be competing with other top clubs because many of these European clubs do think that Endrick is the next big thing. So Liverpool are eyeing Endrick, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. So Barcelona is going to have to persuade Endrick on the project that they are building. Very similar to what we did with Koundé, Lewandowski, Rafinha, and many more. They're going to have to say, look, Lewandowski is going to be leaving soon. He's only a short-term solution. He's going to be gone in about 2 or 3 years. We're going to need that next big thing and build that project around that next number 9. And you, Endrick, could be that player. So in the end, when it comes to these two players, they both have huge ceilings. I'm not saying that one player is bad and one player is good. Both of them are going to have great futures. I am going to be supporting them, but in the end, I want Endrick to be playing with Ansu Fati and Yamal, another player that is going through the Barcelona Academy, and just build a great front three in the summer of 2024 and going on to 2025. This would be a front three when it comes to Endrick, Ansu Fati, and Yamal that would come after we see Messi and Lewandowski have a couple of seasons together alongside with Dembele. So let's hope that he does choose FC Barcelona. Keep in mind that because he is only 16 years old, because he is so young, within Brazil they have a rule that this player cannot go to a different club if he is under the age of 18. So as soon as Endrick does turn 18, which will be in the summer of 2024, that is when he can move to a team like FC Barcelona. But they could find an agreement about a year before he does turn 18. So that is why Barcelona are looking to lock down this player in the summer of 2023 and talk with his club and also with the parents and the agents and all of those things. So let's see how it goes. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.